Hey, hello everybody again. It's Bill MacPhee and Ken Gibbons here at our weekly weigh-in, but this is not a weekly one. We weren't here last week, and maybe we'll share with Ken.
Well, actually, we were here last week.
Well, we were here. We just didn't film last.
We didn't film it last week.
Had a little bit of a setback last week, but
anyway, last week when Bill came over, he says, "I'm not feeling good." He says, "I had a rough week." And he got on the scales, and the numbers verified he had a little bit of a rough week. He got sidetracked a little bit. I look at it that 2 weeks ago, a lot of things came together as far as Bill's business is concerned. He had a lot of deadlines and things were just sort of coming to that key area, and there's a word called stress. And when you get stressed, food is an outlet, and it's kind of a blanket, a comforter, so to speak.
Yeah,
and I think as we went through that stress, and we both felt it, that it's very easy to I need to treat myself. I need to do this. And well, when Bill came over, he'd actually gained 3 pounds. He'd gone back up to 235. The week before, he was at 232. And so he left here, and he was, I got to get back to the basics. I've got to, and so he, a little bit of stress. He's in a really good frame of mind this morning, and I think that's carried through the week. And I think one thing that really happened is that somebody at church said to him, "Are you losing weight?" And I think when somebody speaks very positively, that's not involved in your program at all, then all of a sudden, hey.
And yeah, and actually, I want to expand on that a little bit. That I just want to give you an example here that really shows. Is that I was at church, and somebody said, "Oh, Bill, you're starting to trim down." And I kind of smiled, and I said, "Yeah, thank you." And so anyways, that afternoon or sometime this week, I was making lunch, and I made a bowl of soup. And usually, you like to have the crackers in the soup and that. But you know what? Crackers is carbohydrates. And so I was going to get crackers, put them in soup. But then, you know what? I remembered the comment from church and how good I felt when that was. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have it. And then, again, I was just telling Ken today at work, some of the girls brought in cookies. There was cookies there. And I ate breakfast, but I got into work, I made a tea, and the cookies are there, and I'm like, maybe I'll have it. But then, you know what, I just said, no, I'm not. And it's those decisions you have to make. But one of the things, Ken talked about, a couple weeks ago was very stressful and that. And really, that's part of our support and planning. Stress and our emotions are just so wrapped up into, even though we think about our emotions and as mental, they really affect our physical body. And really, when we're stressed and have emotions and everything like that, it's very difficult. Now, I've been saying for weeks now, and it's all recorded, is that I'm going to get back exercising and everything like that. Well, you know what? Just the environment that I'm in, it just wasn't happening.
You're talking about home?
At home. The environment, it just wasn't happening. So you know what? What do? You got to make a change. There's sort of like a thing that says there's always a way. So you know what my solution is? My solution is that I'm going to move my treadmill from my basement at my house. I'm going to move it to my office, and I'm gonna be in the mood or have the availability when I'm at the office to basically go on the treadmill and do that. And it will be my co-workers will be there to have their support, and who knows, maybe they'll want to do the same thing as well. So, but anyways, that's what's going to change this week. But again, I just want to mention that the emotions are and the reason we need that support and that. And again, always thinking I'm trying to really get it into my brain. I say, you know what, sugar is the enemy, and trying to stay away from these carbohydrates.
A couple of things. One, this week when Bill weighed himself, this was his lowest ever. He's down at 230.6, and so we're looking at nearly 25 pounds from the beginning.
Yeah.
And about 1.5 pounds from last time you were here, 2 weeks. So from from last week to this week, you've lost 5 pounds.
Yeah.
We had a little bleep. We went up and came down. But
and I think in my waist, I think we measured is the lowest that it's been. What
46.5.
Yeah.
And that started off at 51. So,
yeah.
So that's good.
And again, because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. We're in it for the long run, and there. So we spent a lot of time today. So again, just want to thank you for this. And again, just before we wrap up, again, exercising, portion control, eating the right things, and the support and the exercising. Right?
That's right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye
Have a good
now.
day. Bye-bye.